The Battlefield 6 community is in full retreat after the launch of the free Battlefield Redsec add-on. Redsec currently has a mostly negative rating on Steam, and the complaints are loud and clear. Redsec just wasn't something that anyone was asking for, and it's part of a wider problem plaguing Battlefield 6. Fans feared the continued monetization of the game, and, well, it's here in full force. All of a sudden, microtransactions are everywhere in this full-priced game. Season 1 and the Battle Pass are all part of the Redsec package, and that extra monetization is getting a lot of flack from the community for very good reason. Let's start at the beginning with Battlefield Redsec, because release is slightly confusing. Redsec is a free Battle Royale-themed add-on for Battlefield 6 that does not require purchasing of the core game. Like, the base game is not necessary to play Redsec. Redsec is free to play. If you own Battlefield 6, though, you automatically own Redsec. You probably already have it downloaded, although we've been told you can install Redsec from the total Battlefield 6 package. The big problem with Redsec and the issues raised with the community and on so many Steam reviews is that Redsec transforms Battlefield 6 into free-to-play slop. Once free of all the ads and upsells, Redsec is now covered with expensive skin packs and premium cosmetics, and worse, these cosmetics are universally bad. Some of these military guy skins are so boring, we don't know what DICE thinks people want them for. Like, why are they so, I don't know. The Battle Pass is packed with cosmetics that are impressively forgettable. Why anyone would pay for these, we don't really know. There's a Battle Pass skin for snipers that's a worse version of the premium skin pack. Feels like the Battle Pass gets the leftovers, but at least the challenges are fun, right? That's up to you. The biggest criticism that we've seen pretty much from every corner of the internet is that the Battle Pass challenges are all tied to the Battle Royale game mode. If you want to progress in the Battle Pass efficiently, you're forced to play the Redsec game modes, which understandably is not the mode many players want to play in Battlefield 6. Conquest is what we all want. We're after combined arms warfare on a massive scale, and Battle Royale is kind of the opposite of that. Instead of two giant teams clashing, it's split into 25 teams of 4 or 50 duos. Solo queues have not yet been implemented, so you're always forced to join a team whether you like it or not. It's the opposite of what we want from Battlefield. It's the glorified deathmatch with a long respawn time and arcade-style gameplay. Which I'll say, nothing against that when that's the game. I actually like that when it's the game, but if I'm playing Battlefield, I want Battlefield. Powerful guns like sniper rifles or the underpowered battle rifle class, totally worthless here. The only viable choices are guns that spray the most lead the fastest because the armor plates significantly increase the time to kill in every exchange. Vehicles are here, but helicopters are useless because of how powerful Stingers are currently. The Battle Pass situation gets even worse because you're given 5 rerolls to attempt to cycle out the Battle Royale challenges for alternates that better fit your playstyle. Too bad lots of players are reporting that the Battle Royale rerolls lead to more Battle Royale challenges. Funny that, right? So the Battle Pass sucks and the challenges are garbage, but that's true for a lot of games. The challenges in Battlefield 6, they've always been a huge point of contention. Any challenges that tell players to win, make randoms drop out of games whenever they're losing, or challenges that require specific types of sniper kills beg players to be as useless as possible while they line up those perfect once-in-a-lifetime kills. And some of those challenges are just straight up bugged. For one, they're full of typos, or for that matter, unreasonable demands like healing 5,000 points of HP as a medic or repairing a vehicle for 6,000 points of damage. Even if all you're doing is farming in portal maps at launch, these challenges could easily take an hour. It's a grindy progression at its worst, and many of the unlocks are totally useless gadgets your class will never, ever use. If you've seen the smoke grenade mortar in action, you know exactly what we're talking about. The upside to all this is you never have to play Battle Royale or even have Redsec installed to play the main modes of Battlefield 6. It's a totally optional add-on that exists for Battle Royale obsessives that want their fix for more realistic military survival Battle Royale. Like we said earlier, the time to kill in Redsec is dramatically increased due to the weapon plates copied from Call of Duty Warzone. Actually, a lot of Redsec Royale looks a lot like Warzone. It doesn't have goofy skins like Beavis and Butthead, at least as of this recording, but it does have a giant dusty map with Modern Warfare weapons and vehicles. The big crate bundles you loot and the supply drops all feel suspiciously similar. The second chance respawn system and the loot rarity levels all look and feel the same. Sure, all these features are stuff pretty much any battle royale has, but it shows a lack of imagination from DICE that this modern military shooter battle royale really has nothing to distinguish itself from Call of Duty Warzone. I mean, there are differences, like the Gauntlet game mode, which has fewer teams competing over objectives, or the Portal creator that lets you mess around and develop new experiences with your friends. Too bad that Portal got its own big nerf after players used it exclusively for farming XP. Battlefield 6 is also borrowing some of Call of Duty's worst impulses by locking new weapons behind the Battle Pass progression system. Yeehaw. There will likely be alternate ways to unlock those weapons after Season 1 is over, but it sucks. Battlefield 6 really distinguished itself in 2025 by being an answer to the Call of Duty boredom, an answer to that game's increasingly soulless marketing hype and stale gameplay. Battlefield 6 felt fresh by embracing what made the earlier games great, the fantasy of fighting in a giant battle with squads of friends. Redsec shows us the sad truth behind the hype. Battlefield 6 doesn't want to be different. If Call of Duty is Sprite, Battlefield wants to be Sierra Mist. If Call of Duty is Dr. Pepper, Battlefield is trying to be Mr. Pibb, or even worse, Dr. Thunder. That's a whole lot of doomsaying over what seems like a fairly minor problem. Bad Battle Pass challenges can be fixed by the developers at DICE. The Battle Royale push will probably be limited to the launch week. After that, it's doubtful we'll get so many challenges related to these modes. Better yet, instead of removing challenges, the developers could separate Redsec challenges from the core game. Have two subsets. More ways to progress can't hurt. Skins are another issue that, they don't get in the way of gameplay. You can freely ignore the cosmetics and skins in Battlefield 6. Most of them are subtle enough that you're not going to notice players using them. The big issue here is how Redsec and monetization suck the air out of the main modes. For years now, Call of Duty multiplayer has been hamstrung by Warzone, which will always take precedent when it comes to content because free-to-play modes earn more money, especially over the long term, obviously. There's no entry fee and they just nickel and dime you forever. Battlefield players are, of course, worried the same situation may be happening here, but all this talk about Battlefield 6 Battle Royale, we haven't really talked about whether it's good. So here is a probably unexpected point to make. If you like Battlefield 6 and its gameplay, it's a pretty good Battle Royale mode. Leveling up your classes, getting better gear while picking through the buildings, it's actually a lot of fun. And the new tactical destructibility does set the game apart from other Battle Royales in this particular genre. Lots of games, Fortnite especially, are built on destruction, but Battlefield 6 allows destruction to change the environment without completely clearing it out. Honestly, the new Battle Royale map is one of the best maps of the entire series, too. It's the biggest, has the greatest sightlines, tons of fun shootout locations. We're actually a little annoyed that the Battle Royale map isn't available for Conquest or Escalation, because it would be one of the better maps in the game. Battlefield 6 is so desperately in need of bigger Conquest maps, why not port it over? It would absolutely make the map less special for Redsec, but I don't care. It's probably unlikely to happen, again, because they want people to play Redsec, but yeah. So what makes Redsec different from Warzone? Presentation, for one. It's Battle Royale on the biggest budget available, using the latest technology to create a truly spectacular map with impressive destructibility. The graphics and sound design are really impressive, especially if you've been stuck in Warzone for years. The giant ring of fire is a constant reminder of the danger. The distant gunshots sound amazing. Pinging targets for your team is simple, gets you rewards for successfully predicting enemy presence. It's a fun little detail. It helps encourage pinging. You're stuck in squads of 2 or 4, and like we said earlier, there's no solo queues yet, which is a major criticism for the Battle Royale community so far. At least working with a small squad fits well in Battlefield's general vibe. There's also a class-based progression system, with each class getting tweaks to play slightly different here. There are missions that randomly appear. They reward you with supply drops if completed. That adds a little risk-reward to the chaos, because some of the quests alert enemy teams to your position. Also, the big ring of fire kills your soldiers instantly if they're caught in the closing circle, so you're really incentivized to get moving early. Other additions that feel less great. There are golf carts and aquatic vehicles. Boats would be a great addition to Conquest, so don't know why they're locked here. A lot of the negative response to this Battle Royale is oddly focused on how the map is impressive in ways the core maps just aren't. Tall buildings will collapse in Battle Royale, but not in Conquest. That doesn't change the fact that it is a really good, impressive free Battle Royale mode. All the MTX and crummy battle pass stuff stops mattering when you're on the ground fighting for survival with the squad. It isn't a game-changing battle royale. It's a competent, well put together product, which the worst you can say about Redsec is that it isn't Conquest. Even with the Modern Warfare sheen of Battlefield, all the free-to-play game modes feel like glorified deathmatch battles. You're working with teams with the core strategy where you're working with large teams for the common goals. That's not here. It's a fundamentally different experience. It's cribbing from the biggest players in the industry. It's a free product, but it's also an unwelcome intrusion for a lot of people. And you gotta agree with a lot of the criticisms here. It's a good battle royale, but a good battle royale pales in comparison to the fun of the core gameplay experience. And it sucks that battle royale is sucking the oxygen out of the room when Battlefield is great without it. All the problems cited by bad reviews are their real problems. Redsec's got a problem with challenges. The mode isn't what a lot of fans wanted, and there's big MTX problem that makes DICE look greedy. But all that doesn't ruin Battlefield 6 for us. A lot of comments say we're so done, and it's understandable. I get it. We all expected better, but it is EA. Like DICE, it doesn't matter how great any of the people running DICE are. DICE is answering to EA ultimately, and EA, they're EA. There's a reason all this Battle Pass nickel and dime gunk didn't drop on day one. Publishers are becoming increasingly aware of how they're perceived online and waiting for the reviews to drop allowed EA to soak up the positive critical response. All those critic reviews, ours included, are now missing that information. That is by design. They knew people would hate this, and it was still worth it to them. I keep telling everyone, they don't care if you like their games. They don't care if you buy their games. What they care about is their reputation. Because if there's a reputation out there that they're making good games, it doesn't matter if some core players leave. They will always attract new players, naive players, players that don't know what they will do. That's the game all these companies are playing, folks. You can get mad at me all you want for telling you that voting with your dollars doesn't do shit, but it doesn't. If you quote-unquote voted with your dollars on Battlefield 6 based on reviews, you thought you were rewarding something positive. You weren't. You bought into the main product while the reviews were good, and then they tossed in this shit knowing that it would have sullied the reviews. And frankly, it doesn't matter how competent and enjoyable the Battle Royale is. It's surrounded by all of the shit that makes free-to-play bad. It's all there. Maybe not pay to win, but like, I kind of don't care. I paid $70 for Battlefield 6. And now there's a free-to-play component that brings all the free-to-play stuff that I expect not to see when I pay $70 for a game. It's all right there. Download it automatically. Thanks, EA. Now, I want to be clear, Battlefield 6 will probably improve. The developers will probably release a statement. They'll ease off on the challenges. XP will be handed out, post-launch monetization. Unfortunately, though, will continue. I mean, every Battlefield tends to become better over time. There's more maps, more vehicles, balance updates. They've turned even mediocre ones into pretty good Battlefield games. Battlefield 6 started strong, and it will likely get better, but I can't help but recalibrate my expectations a bit, knowing that the wool was at least partially pulled over our eyes. I don't like that. That pisses me off. Like, this is always what Battlefield 6 was going to be about. Like, this was in the plan. They just didn't show us the plan. EA is a sneaky bitch of a large evil corporation. And frankly, they did it. They pulled it. Pulled a heist on us. That's why people are mad, by the way. It's not necessarily the game mode itself or the map. Like I said, good map itself is great. But like, games like Battlefield 4 started messy and got better. It didn't get worse. As of now, Battlefield 6 started strong and got worse. That sucks. Like, I would like Battlefield 6, of course, to get better, to become legendary. Like, as much as these companies piss me off, I want the games to be good. That's the reason why we talk about this stuff. It's not that we hate these games. I don't hate these games at all. I love these games. I do not like EA, though. And I hope that DICE somehow manages not to lose track of what made Battlefield special. And if they don't, it's probably a disaster they can recover from. It's going to take time to convince players, but also keep in mind, this thing had a truly enormous launch with hundreds of thousands of downloads. Getting into games is easy with the huge server crunch, so DICE definitely, they get props for that. And while Redsec, we didn't enjoy it as much as the main game, we obviously had some nuanced thoughts on it, but we'd like to know yours. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you fine with the mode itself, but like mad about all the stuff around it. Like, that's pretty much what we are. Like, if it wasn't free to play, I don't know if I would be upset, but it is. And oh, is it free to play? Anyway, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription. So click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. And as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. We'll see you next time right here on gameranx.